And welcome back to another episode of
Canonically,
comically, eventually, canonically, incorrect, canonically. I don't know.
I do that bit myself last week.
Yeah, all by yourself, huh?
No, I mean that bit.
Yeah,
because Dan didn't understand. I'm like, God damn it, Dan.
Yeah. So if you can't tell, I am back. Zach is back.
Zach is back.
Yeah, I'm back in town. I was on vacation last week. If you call it vacation, I was mostly just hanging out with family outside of town. So, I actually felt like when I got back on the first day, it was more of a vacation than being on vacation. You know, like you get that like, oh, thank God I'm back feel. And you get, like, 2 glorious days of like I missed normal life.
I missed my bed.
Yeah, I missed my computer, normal life, all that. God, I'm broken. So this week, Choi Boy is not joining us.
Yeah. He feels like a main cast at this point.
Yeah, he really kind of is. I mean,
I guess the main cast at this point is like the three of us.
Yeah. So yeah, Choi Boy will not be on this week's episode. This week's episode is
card games,
TCGs, CCGs, whatever you want to call.
Mostly from the past.
We're going to be mostly talking. We'll do another episode later about more modern ones, or
probably what we're doing differently now than then.
Yeah. So this episode's more on like card games we played in really late elementary school, all the way through high school. Yeah.
Oh man, we played a lot of different card games.
And some are still around.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them are definitely still around. There's a lot of new ones, but so that this week's episode's mainly focusing on card games of the past. Really, if you want a year time frame, it's gonna be like 99 to 2006, roughly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, there might be a few that came out before then, like...
I guess this is probably the time that, for us...
That we played.
Yeah, we played.
Yeah. So that's the main episode today we'll be talking about. Should be pretty focused.
Yeah.
So, before we get started, let's go over... Is there any news we can think of?
I do not have any news. Do you?
Let's see. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that came out of Comic-Con last week.
Yeah.
The main highlight, I would say, is the new Dragon Ball Super movie. For those of you following,
I've been following
the main character has been revealed. The main villain, you've heard of him before. They're actually making Broly canon.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah, they're redoing Broly, redoing his origin story. He's the big bad of this thing. So they're going into his origins. So that's kind of big news on that front. It came out of really Comic-Con and all that.
Yeah, you would think that'd come out of Anime Expo. Rather.
You would think, but yeah, that's the main focus. And then My Hero Academia, new movie coming out. It's in an English sub will actually be out in September.
Huh.
Because the English dub will be out in September. The Japanese with English subtitles is going to be out in August.
Stop for a moment. I realized we forgot to do something.
So yeah. So just if you're a fan of anime, those are the 2 major anime-like news that came out at Comic-Con. I think that's all I can think of.
Dan got excited over Comic-Con stuff, though.
Oh, did he?
Because, he's a big movie. He likes to watch a lot of movies, so he got really excited.
Yeah.
Mostly the expendable stuff.
Yeah, there wasn't, like, a lot of major movie news coming out of Comic-Con this year. I mean, everything we kind of already knew. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
With the internet, kind of.
I must say, I think, like, with the current, like, Marvel, like, culture...
Yeah.
Every Marvel thing's been happening, and then because of that, DC kind of does the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I think because of that, like, Comic-Con, at least for, like, superhero movies, have been kind of... What?
Yeah. Well, Marvel didn't even show up their movie division, so...
I know, that's what I'm saying, like, because of the whole... Their current way they're doing stuff.
Shazam looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks really interesting.
So I'm kind of excited for that. But yeah, nothing major. That you'd think there'd be more since Comic-Con's a huge thing, but really, not a lot of news.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else you want to mention before we move on to potpourri?
Nope.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to Geek Potpourri. Are you doing anything new? Or
I mean, I guess I got a new stick, and I'm really happy about it, which I'll probably show off later.
Yeah, those of you obviously you can't see, Gene is pointing behind him. He has a new fight stick.
Yeah, and I'm really been enjoying it. Like,
what's the brand? I don't even know.
It's I mean, like, it's an old brand, but like, it's from Mad Catz, and I got it used, which at a much lower price, but like, it's got like weeb art on it. I'm like, whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah,
and I'll have to show that off because I just remembered about that.
All right,
so that's my closest Geek Potpourri.
For me, I've been playing. The new update came out. I kind of tweeted it. New update for No Man's Sky, which I guess is kind of news as well.
I mean, like, that game is sort of news in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, it came out 2 years ago. It was hyped to all hell and back. I don't need to tell the story. I mean, if you're listening to this, you know the story.
You should know the story.
Yeah, it's hyped to hell and back. He basically lied, whatever. It's mediocre, but recently he came out. Over the past 2 years, he's been slowly coming out with updates, which good on him. They're all free. They're almost like expansions.
I hear that, like, at least the updates are pretty good in the game.
Yeah, they're pretty large, which is good. Yeah. Good on him because, I mean, yeah, he did lie. I'm not giving him a pass, but the updates have been substantial. Most other companies would charge him like DLC or expansion prices. His is free.
True. That's true. That's a very true. I didn't even think about that.
So anyway, the big update is called Next. So it's called now No Man's Sky Next, and it basically finally introduced multiplayer.
Oh, I kind of was expecting that game to get it sooner.
Yeah, I was supposed to launch with it, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's supposed to. I forgot about that.
We quickly found out it wasn't, but now it is officially multiplayer. It has a few other small things. You can now like pilot giant frigates, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like you have a capital ship base and all that. They can dock other ships. If you like survival games or like Minecraft-like games, you'll love No Man's Sky as it is now. Not at launch, but now. Because it's very immersive. I like it. I've been building a base on an ice planet, and I'm like, it's up in this. I have it on this cliff overlooking a giant lake. It looks really pretty. How I'm doing it. I'm having a glass observatory, and just having fun with it.
It sort of sounds like what's called Diablo 3 in a sense. When I first played it, I borrowed somebody's account.
Yeah,
I hated it. Nowadays, I can say, it's at least I like it somewhat now.
Yeah, which we'll definitely have an episode on AARPGs or Diablo-likes.
You know what? About the evolution. Should we now call it for the next episode?
Yeah, most likely the next episode will be that. But that's... Diablo 3 is another good example of transformation. But yeah, I like it. Anytime a game has a redemption of any sort, is always good. Especially when it's free updates.
Oh yeah, I like it when they're free. Not when you have to pay for it, like Dark Souls Remastered.
Yeah, I call this. It's almost like Starbound, but 3D. Like,
I could definitely see that.
And it's better than Starbound, since Starbound is kind of like what No Man's Sky was when it launched. They kind of lied, Starbound.
I don't remember what they promised, but like
whatever they promised, they didn't promise an incomplete mess, which it is now.
Yeah, I know.
It's basically a scam. But No Man's Sky. Good game. If you're looking for something to play, it's right now on sale. It's still full price normally, but it's on sale for half off, so it's like $30.
Okay.
I think it's on all platforms. It's $30. So if you're looking for that,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Other than that, that's all I've been going on for me, Geek Potpourri wise. Kind of related to today's topic, I've been kind of getting into the Dragon Ball Super card game.
But
that'll be another episode.
That'll be completely another episode, which will probably be part 2, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be part 2. But I've been getting into that. Pretty fun game. We'll talk more about that in another episode. It's pretty fun. I like it. I don't like it as much as the old card game, which is a segue for our main topic, which is trading card games of our past.
Yeah, of our past.
The R is an O-U-R. Our
with an H?
With a silent H? Our past. So yeah, card games of our God. Man, I hate English.
German.
So, trading card games of our past. I'm going to say our. I feel like that's correct.
I think our is actually the correct one.
Yeah, I want to say
it. I like to say our.
Because when I say R, it sounds like the A-R-E, R, past. So, yeah, we play, really, if you're anything geek-wise...
You've at least played some type of anime card game.
Of some sort. I mean, right? Or at least one of the big... I guess I call them big 3 now.
The big 3 would be Magic.
That's the big one, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what kicked off.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What's the third one?
Pokemon is still around.
Pokemon. That's right.
So you probably played one of the big three,
which is also part of our past. Essentially.
Yeah, we're probably mentioning all three.
We definitely are.
Yeah. So yeah, is there one we should start with?
I think because you segue to Dragon Ball, might as well talk about that. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know I don't know about too much about the current Dragon Ball card game, but I remember like the one thing I liked about like the past Dragon Ball game, and we talked about this before, is that like if you had one Goku, you had one Goku. You were playing as the character.
Yeah, a problem with anime card games these days is like you have like 20 of the same character on your field, and it kind of breaks the whole point of playing a card game. Like
at least an anime card game.
Yeah, any anime card game, really. I mean, like Naruto had one years ago.
We had like 20 Naruto.
Yeah, like 20, which I guess kind of makes sense with.
I mean that makes sense with him, but not with like other
Sasuke.
characters.
Yeah, you have one Sasuke that exists. You have one Goku. One Goku exists unless you're talking about Goku Black. But
that's for another topic.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, back then, like you said, you played as one person.
I like that a lot.
You chose your fighter. Mm-hmm. This is the original Dragon Ball Z trading card game that came out like 99, I think. Actually,
I don't remember when it came out. We should check the year.
I think I was in 5th grade. It didn't like I remember. It wasn't 6th grade. I really got into it.
It was like our third trading card game at that time.
Yeah.
So I know it was after Yu-Gi-Oh! At least.
It was around Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I remember I played that around the same. I played that at the same time before Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, I played it before Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out in America anyway. Because I was trying to like catch. Cause Yu-Gi-Oh! Hadn't come out yet, and I've been playing. I'm telling you, the trading card game was at least 5th grade.
Okay, I can see that though.
Because I remember, so like 99, maybe 2000. I know 2001. It was definitely out by then.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because that's when the Trunks saga came out, the Future Trunks saga. So anyway, those of you who don't know, the card game is you
get a heat character, and then like. Not only that, like, there are different styles of colors that you can play, and there are different win conditions, which is really, really, really nice for a card game. Instead of the 2-win condition, you either kill the opponent or you mill them, basically.
Well, there's.
I mean, that's the normal, but the Dragon Ball added another condition, where you get to max level
through anger.
Yeah.
Because, everyone gets angry in Dragon Ball Z. Also, remember, if you collect all 7 Dragon Balls, you won.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So, I don't think we ever did that, though.
Nah, it's really hard, because you have to build for it, almost.
Yeah.
And it's not really worth building for.
So, I like that part about the game a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, it's something that, like I said, most card games generally through 2 ways.
Yeah, I liked it because you played one character. Yes, you can have other characters, but they were allies, which they couldn't...
That's not technically... yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they were allies. Think of them as like summons. But you really couldn't... You were not allowed... It was in the rules. You were not allowed to play a Goku ally if you were Goku, because there's only one Goku.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And even the new Dragon Ball Super card game, you have like 20 Gokus on the field sometimes. It's stupid. So this one, you couldn't, and I love that. And you played one fighter, and like Eugene said, you chose a color. And each color represented a different martial arts, because Dragon Ball Z is a martial kind of, it's like a superhero martial arts.
I mean, it's all fake, obviously. Yeah. But they do technically have martial arts.
Yeah, like Red style was all about anger, obviously. So you got really angry and it was really offensive.
There was the green style, which I think was Namekian.
That's Namekian, which is all about regeneration. So you regenerate like a card from your discard pile on top of your life deck.
And then there was...
orange, which was energy beams and stuff.
Yep, I remember that. There was black. I don't remember what that was.
Black was kind of like trickery, deceit. Like you can discard your opponent and stuff. Blue was defensive.
Okay, I don't remember the color.
There was one more. It was Saiyan.
What color was Saiyan?
It was another color of green, if that's not like bright green. Like, Namekian was like turquoise, like a bluish green.
I guess it was blue in this, like a blue green.
Yeah, and Saiyan was all out offensive, mainly melee. Mainly,
yeah. I mean, obviously there were some.
There was very few defensive cards in that was pretty much purely offensive.
The one thing that like got me younger, but now I understand now after doing this episode, is that whole power level thing. Like that got really confusing when you had to attack in power stages. Yeah,
so your power level actually matters because your main character has 10 stages of power.
Yep.
So like 1 through 10, but they have a number. So like power level actually matters, kind of. Like if you're like power level of 100,000 and you're going to get someone whose power level is like 10,
you're going to destroy that person
pretty easily. Now the one thing that doesn't matter is energy attacks. Yep. It doesn't matter what your power level is as long as you have enough stages, if that makes sense. So
in this game, like there are essentially energy type attacks. There are power level Stage attack.
Physical attacks, I mean, there's energy attacks, physical attacks.
Yeah, energy deals life damage most of the time.
Straight life damage. Physical deals power stage damage. So you have, think of it as your characters are number 1 through 10, all characters.
Yeah.
At 10's the max, 0 is technically the minimum.
Yeah.
So
or 1, I guess.
Yeah, you never want to be at 0, because when you're at 0 and you take power level damage,
it hurts a lot.
You take life card damage, but you take a lot because you compare the numbers. So if you're at 0, your power level is 0. Your opponent's at 10, his power level might be 10 million. And if you look on like this chart that they gave you, that's like 6 cards minimum, or 6 power stages minimum, but then each card does more damage. So it's like losing 20 cards.
Yeah, like even though you're only losing like 2 power stage, but once you actually take life damage, it's now a lot of damage.
Yeah, energy attacks bypass all that. They do direct damage, but it costs stages to use energy attacks,
and they're not as effective if you the physical attacks if you actually get there.
Yeah, physical attacks generally.
Physical attack has like you have to go through like a barrier first, and then you deal the damage.
Yeah, because you deal damage to the stages first, and then once they're at 0. But it's good because you can beat them down. It's called beatdown style because you make sure the power level can't increase. Yeah. I love Dragon Ball Z, the old one, compared to the new one.
I mean, like when I look at it now, I like it a lot more than when I mean, as a younger kid, also. I didn't get to play as much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, each character has its own special ability.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like that a lot.
That's what's cool. Like, in this new game, they have special abilities, but it has nothing to do with the character. Like, in the old card game, like, one Goku had, like, the first Goku had Kamehameha. That was his name, his card ability, and it was an energy attack. It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Krillin had, or Tien or Krillin had, Solar Flare, which did something similar to Solar Flare would do. Like, it would make your opponent discard a card or something like that.
Yeah.
I love that little
the little touch.
Flavor, the little flair that they gave each character.
I mean, I do think they could have worked better on the power level stuff.
Yeah, the power level stuff got a little.
I mean, but as a game, it was well done.
They actually re-released it about 4 years ago. Panini did around 2014. It lasted about 2 or 3 years, and they reprinted and made their own like new cards and balanced it. It was really popular.
What? Oh, cool.
But then Dragon Ball Super card game came out, and it kind of over.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Which makes me sad because that Panini game was amazing. It was just like the old game that we played, 2000. So, so that's one thing I liked about that. Like, you can make a Cell deck, which had
I like that like a lot.
Cell Junior allies.
No, oh yeah, I forgot about that part too. Like, not only does like every race, I guess in this case, have a style.
Yeah.
Every character also has their own special cards.
Right. Every character has their own special, unique cards. There was they're called like setups or whatever, kind of like.
I don't remember what they're called. It's been a while.
But basically, there's you have a setup. It'd be like for only Cell, and it would say look through your deck for like 2 Cell Juniors, and so you can make a deck that's all about summoning Cell Juniors.
Yeah,
which is cool because that's what Cell kind of did, really.
I mean, at one point, yeah.
Plus, Cell had the special ability that he can play any person's card.
I thought it was any race card, not any person.
Any race card, I can't remember.
It's been a while.
Because he could play Goku's Kamehameha.
Okay.
I think it had a name of what cards he could play, like in parentheses. But he was allowed to play like Goku's Kamehameha. He was allowed to play like Frieza's Death Ball or whatever.
Yeah, it's been a while. I thought it was like you could be right.
Well, he could also use any style of fighting too.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
He could do both.
He could
because styles. Because if you're non-Saiyan or non-Namekian, you're not allowed to use that style of fighting.
Yeah, so it's also been a while.
But that game was fun. I really enjoyed that game.
I thought that game was pretty good now I think about it.
And for me, the highlight was 2001, the Future Trunks saga, when they released the new starters. I remember I tried to get... Because when you bought the starter deck, it was random. Like, you didn't know what your hero starter was going to be.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Hero or villain.
Yeah, I liked that a lot. It was kind of fun.
It was, but it was definitely a ploy to get you to buy more.
I know, it definitely was a ploy.
Because I remember I wanted so bad to get...
the Goku from the...
The Goku
I remember
from
that.
The Future Trunks one, and I also wanted either King Cold or Frieza from the villain side.
Yeah. You eventually got King Cold, if I remember correctly.
I did. I got King Cold.
But you could not get Goku for the longest time.
No, I ended up playing Trunks, which is okay. I like Trunks.
Yeah.
Trunks and Vegeta, I think the two I pulled from that. So that game was really fun.
It had a nice anime touch that a lot of not like anime card game like Yu-Gi-Oh, but like anime card game based on like anime does not have.
It makes you really feel like you're playing almost like a fighter. with a trading card game style, because you play cards in response to each other. Like, I'll play Straight Punch, Goku Straight Punch, and you'll play Vegeta's defensive whatever in defense to that, because you each take turns attacking and defending. It's almost like
it's sort of like a fighting game. I mean, like, I think that it could use some refinement, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But, like, at that time, it was great.
Yeah, that was and still is one of my favorite
card games.
I still have nostalgia. I'm so upset with Panini about 2 years ago stopped making it. That was a fun game.
Yeah. We should go look into that game more again.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been playing Dragon Ball Super. It's not the same. It's all numbers.
I mean,
it doesn't have the same character.
Theoretically, all card games are just about numbers, but
yeah, but this one is literally
it's how they're put together.
Yeah, this one's literally, it doesn't even hide the fact that it's numbers.
Oh,
it's compare whose number is the biggest number. That's literally all it is.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah. And then you attack you don't have attack cards. Each person's its own attack, if that makes sense.
Oh.
So, like, Goku, you summon a Goku, he attacks, that's it.
Oh, so it's sort of like the magic trope at this point.
Yes, but you play it's stupid.
But you play with Dragon Ball characters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which segues into our next section.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and talk about your experience with
Magic?
Yeah.
So, I remember when we first played Magic, it was, I think we started playing around 3rd grade. I think. Like, it's been a while.
You and I did, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like, for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember, like, when we first played Magic, it was, like, thought of the devil.
Yeah. My mom would not let me play it when it first came out, like, in 93.
Yeah.
I was, like, 7.
So, like, our experience with Magic isn't that big. And I don't think we understand the rules completely at that time, when I think about it.
Yeah, back in 3rd grade, we didn't... Yeah. Like, Mana Burn confused... That doesn't exist anymore, but it did back then.
Yeah, but it confused... I mean, like, as a child in the 3rd grade, you could understand some of it, but it was, like, so confusing. So, like, my time with this is very kind of hazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, early years.
And I remember, like, we didn't understand, like, you couldn't attack correctly. Like, we understand how to attack, but we didn't understand, like, the whole blocking and...
Yeah, because it got confusing, because most games you're allowed to choose your target.
Yeah.
The Magic, if those of you don't know, you choose the player to attack. You don't choose what monster they attack.
Yeah, so we got that confused.
So, so you gotta be careful. A lot more strategy involved with that.
And as a young kid, you're like, what's going on sometimes?
Yeah, and it gets...
And sometimes you misread the words, and I felt like, when thinking about it, I felt like we made up some power, even though we didn't mean to.
Yeah, I mean, because, sometimes you don't exactly understand what the text is saying. Like,
right? I mean, like I said, the 3rd grade, and asking our parents is very hard because, once again, the devil. Yeah,
so, I remember 3rd grade I played a little bit, and then I really got into it mainly middle school. Like,
I got more into it around high school.
7th, 8th, definitely high school. Yeah, but I started getting into it whenever Legion came out.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it had a spider symbol.
Yeah. I think I got in after that, but I did definitely get into high school.
Oh, man, high school Magic was so fun. We were playing Magic in high school.
Oh, yeah, I know, playing while waiting.
Yeah, while doing whatever. We played before school or in class sometimes.
Class, yeah. And, like, we didn't even understand there was formats at the time either. We just played whatever, but at the same time, like, we never power creeped.
Yeah.
We actually followed some type of, I guess, in-house ruling.
Yeah, I mean, we never really... Yeah, we didn't have... It was kitchen table, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. We didn't have standard or extended. We just played with whatever.
Because like, we didn't have the money to buy that.
Yeah, but
some people.
It was almost like Pauper, because most of our cards weren't even that good anyway.
I know. I mean, like, when I remember, like, pulling my Magic deck after a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, my deck sucked.
One of my first decks was... Soldiers.
I think we both had soldier decks, but we had a different style.
Yeah, I did Soldier Knights.
Yeah,
that you'd think. I don't know. It's bad. Looking at it, it's bad.
I mean, like you said, like when I thought about it, it was bad. Like I remember also had a soldier deck, but mine was soldiers and enchantments.
Yeah,
but like I remember playing it, and then like I thought I was pretty good at the time, right?
Yeah.
But then like I get older, I stopped after high school.
Right. Yeah, me too.
And then I got back to it in college.
Ditto.
And when I got back to college, I knew a lot more back then. At that point, I didn't know that there's formats, and I looked at my deck. I'm like, oh wow, this sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost feel like high school years was like the best years played Magic for me because I was naive. Ignorance is bliss. Like
I thought we also knew how to play. We actually knew how to play the card game.
Yeah, I still knew the rules, and even in high school, I knew the rules, obviously. Yeah. But like, I didn't know about like the meta and the
power gaming.
Yeah, and so it was just like I was able to be in my own world and have fun.
Yeah, I remember that, right? And then I got into a little bit of competitive Magic, and that kind of killed it for a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, right now I still play Magic. I know you don't so much.
Yeah, I don't so much.
I mean, I haven't bought the core, the new 2019 core set. I haven't bought that yet, but I bought the last expansion, which was Dominaria. I still play. I don't really play Standard.
I think that's what made me stop was because a lot of people that I do find play the game, they want to play Standard.
Yeah,
and like.
For those of you who don't know, Standard, by the way, is the past 2 years of cards.
Is it 2 years? I thought it was like so many blocks, but it's been a while.
It's so many blocks, but it's 2 years because they rotate every 6 months.
Okay, that makes perfect.
They rotate every 6 months. I can't remember how many. I
think it's 4.
Because they change it. Because it used to be
they change it all the time.
You have 3 sets of block. Now it's 2 sets of block.
Okay, I know they change it all the time, which confuses me.
Yeah, so it's hard to say exactly how many. I just go by years. It's every 2 years.
Okay, that makes sense. Especially when we were younger, I didn't understand that.
It's every 2 years. Twice a year, it will rotate every 2 years.
Okay, makes sense.
So the reason we bring that up is that means if you own a card that's 2.5 years old, it's no longer Standard legal, which means...
Unless it's brought back one way or another.
Yeah. For the most... Generally, it won't be Standard legal. So what Standard is, essentially, is... And there's positives and negatives, but Standard basically keeps the game, fresh?
It keeps it somewhat fresh.
A lot smaller pool of cards.
It also makes it much more easier to balance.
Yeah.
Because you don't have all these cards there to... You don't have to... Like I'm not going to hold this against Yu-Gi-Oh! But because Yu-Gi-Oh! There's no standard on that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But when you have way too many cards...
Yeah.
Balance goes out the window because it's really hard to balance all that.
Yeah, I mean, we see that. I play kitchen table with BJ.
Yeah.
And you kind of see that. I have to purposely gimp my decks, make them weaker, because it's no fun if I just play a broken deck.
Oh, I know what you mean by that. And
because you can just break the rules so easily.
I went with the other group of people who tried to play competitively, and I had to make sure I was doing well. But then I don't also have the money, so I had to make sure I had a cheap deck that worked well. Yeah,
Standard's a lot more expensive.
So the one, at least nowadays, it's like $300 to make at least a top tier, not a good one.
But you gotta realize that you have to every 6 months you have to get new cards, and every year you have to pretty much change your entire deck because
but that's our current mode now. We're gonna go back to the tabletop.
So
back then we didn't even care about tiers.
No, I remember my 2 decks. I've always been a white player, even back then.
Yeah, I've always been a blue player, even then.
Blue is my secondary color.
Black has been my secondary color back then, but nowadays it's red.
Yeah, see, I'm white blue.
So I'm red blue. Yeah.
But I liked white mainly because I like knights. I'm a big fan. Of knights,
I know you like knights,
and soldiers, and
If Jack had to pick a race in any game, it'd most likely be human.
Yeah, I'm boring like that.
That's the thing, which is fine, and a lot of, at least back then, Magic had a lot of humans for white.
I had Leonin too, which are the cat guys.
Yeah, but that was later.
Yeah, but they have some early too.
Okay.
A couple. So we had white and blue mostly had flying, bird-looking things. A few, not what they call drakes.
Drakes, yeah. I remember that. I mean, it's been a while. At least this is when we played and the cards that we had.
And even for me today, I still focus on creatures rather than spells. And I know most people focus on spells, instances or sorceries and enchantments.
Which I definitely do.
I focus on creatures. I'm a big fan of what they call tribal. And even back then, I was a fan of tribal, meaning
back then,
you focus on a creature type and make it around that.
Like before I got corrupted by the competitive group.
Yeah.
Back then, I cared about, we both cared about tribal a lot because it seemed a lot of fun. It felt like at that time we had a lot of synergy with our deck.
Yeah.
But like I said, when I looked at it, I'm like, this is utter trash.
Yeah. Even in college, maybe it was our senior year of high school, when the samurai.
That was our high school.
I think it was senior year. It had to be your junior year, maybe.
No, because it was back at your old apartment. When,
that's true.
When that happened.
So that would have been sophomore, junior year.
Yeah, but then. Yeah, no. It was around that time, and then you moved shortly after that. So yeah.
Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite blocks, even though
Oh, that was fun. I'm not gonna lie, but like
I was an idiot and I made a samurai knight deck.
Yeah, I remember that because that couldn't get past the knight part.
I like knights, so I'm like samurai plus knights is cool.
I mean, like I said, like back then before I got corrupted, before you understood, we understood that. I thought that was really fun. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to go back to that time again.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was like fun. It's like
right.
You just that's kind of what I do with BJ. We play like. Some people who join us when we play, because we have a lot of friends who play, like they get really into it and try to win. But for the most part, a lot of us, we just kind of relax and just play what's fun rather than what's good.
Which is why I'm glad they came with a format EDH nowadays.
Yeah, EDH is pretty...
I love it and hate it. So I love the fact that like you have to use bad cards at times to make it work well.
Yeah.
But I hate it because, well, the game can last like 4 hours.
I get bored so easily with that. That's why. Because everyone's turn is so long. And you're like, just get to the point.
I tap for 4 mana. That's and it takes like 20 minutes. I'm like,
yeah, and so that's my problem with EDH. I'm not a fan of EDH. I'm probably the only person in the world that hates EDH. I like the point of it.
No, same here, right? That's why I'm saying like I have a love-hate with it because I like what they try to do with the game. That's something I love.
I'm actually my favorite thing, and even back then I liked it. Even back when I was a kid, 2-headed giant, 2-1-2.
No, that was so much fun. I remember doing that.
I love co-op. I don't know why. I've always been a co-op more than a PvP kind of guy.
And then like, I actually like that too because like it allows you to make a deck in a different way because you can now make a deck specifically for 2-headed dragon.
Yeah, you have strategy. You work with your friend to make a strategy up.
And then I forget, there's like another mode.
Talking about currently?
No, I mean like that people play. It's like 3v3. There's 2.
Yeah. Shoot. Emperor.
I think that sounds right. I'm not sure.
I don't know if they call it. I think we called it Emperor. You have an Emperor and 2 knights.
Yeah, and you cannot attack the Emperor directly until the knights are gone. Yeah,
but the Emperor can affect everyone but the other Emperor.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a fun game. We play occasionally too. I like that more than EDH. It's more. Fun
I'm not gonna lie. I like that much more too because like. It's not like everyone's taking forever.
Well, here's the thing about Magic, and one of the points I want to bring about this. There's a reason why this game is so popular and it's lasting so long. It's because there's so many different. The community is so active, and like Magic actually, Wizards of the Coast actually kind of adopts the community's like
input,
fun ways to play. Like Magic came out recently with a 2-headed giant block cards that was specifically meant for 2-headed giant.
Yeah, I know, and I like that.
Like Magic's like instead of like go, nah, that's not how you play. They're okay with it. They have you can play Pauper, which is another fun thing where you play with only commons and uncommons.
Oh, that's
really it's only commons, but you can have like some
the group that we call it we call it peasant deck.
Yeah, same thing.
So like you can only use uncommons. You can use commons, but you can have a total of 7 uncommons.
Yeah, we play I think with 5, something like that. Yeah, like I said, it's up to the group.
And then they say that like this is like a group thing. And then they said like
no rares, no mythics.
They said that if it's an uncommon but became rare later, you're not allowed to use that in our group.
That's what we did.
Okay, that's the house rule, I think.
Yeah. However, here's what we did though, and I don't know how I feel about that. We also said that rares that became uncommons in later decks we allowed. I didn't like that, but I was overruled.
Our group just made sure that you cannot use rares of any form.
Yeah. Well, if you can use an uncommon, if it was once a rare, is what they say. Yeah, I like how you guys because
like it's supposed to be peasant. You're not supposed to get rares,
right? Even though the rares maybe it's as powerful as an uncommon, it's still a rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, Magic is great. It's enduring. There's so many different ways to play it. There's so many different formats, which can be off-putting to new players.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so different compared from when we played a kid, where we made up stuff sometimes. But
I mean, I love it. I'm actually more into Magic. I mean, right now I'm kind of on the downswing of Magic. I always go like up and downs, but I've never completely quit since at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, the problem with me in Magic is I want to make new decks all the time. Mm-hmm. But when you have to make a deck of 60 cards, my bad, 40 cards gives you the lands, give or take.
Yeah.
And everyone has lands. That's not something, right?
Right, you have to have lands.
But, like, it gets really expensive after a while. Like, if you think about every card being about $1 a piece because sometimes some cards are worth like $5, some are like 50 cents, some are like 20, and some like 20 cents.
Like I said, I don't play competitively anymore. I just play with friends.
I know. I mean, that's what I do too now.
So, like, I'll play some old decks I made years ago, even like 5-10 years ago. But like,
in fact, one of my Magic is right there underneath the monitor.
like for example, like I don't buy deck. Like when a new set comes out, I've curved back how much I spend now compared to I used to. So one thing before we move on, one thing I do still do, which kind of captures that young me essence I like, is we play sealed draft whenever a new set comes out.
Oh, I love that.
Not the one where everyone you bring your own card. You don't have to like draft as in like take turns choosing a card. What I'm talking about sealed is you bring 6 packs, you open those 6 packs, and you make a deck out of that.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we do because we don't want anyone to like dick anyone over by saying I'm taking this card, even though you don't need it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. So we each buy 6 packs. You open it up, you make a 40 card deck instead of 60, and we just have fun. We do a tournament like thing. The winner gets like we each chip in 1 pack. So like there's 6 of us. The winner gets 4 packs. Second place gets 2.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have some type of stakes, or no one's gonna try.
And it's fun. We usually get.
That's one thing I don't like about like pure casual.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's something that I like about pure competitive.
Yeah, but that kind of brings me back to when I was younger, where it's like, because you only have, everyone's at the same level.
Everyone's and
for the most part. I mean,
and like maybe one of us might find a stupid combo by accident because of our lack of money.
I'll never forget my Clue deck I made several years ago. That was fun. I've got a Raging Clue was the name of the deck I called it. That was fun. It was shitty but fun. So that's a fun way to play it, and I think the reason I play is because it kind of reminds me back when I was in high school.
I mean, like I said, like there was some type of magic back then. Like I said, like when I look at the deck now, because I got corrupted, I'm like, wow, that was a shitty deck.
Man, do you remember? I think once or twice you came after school because Choi Boy and I were actually on the track team, and we play Magic. I remember you stopped by because we were all waiting for I can't remember what we were waiting for, but inside the building, just sitting on the floor playing Magic, and you came by and you played with us too.
Yeah,
I mean, Magic's just a great game.
It's a great game, and I like I said, the one thing I dislike, well, any card game is how expensive it can get.
Yeah, trading card games are not for the poor. Or I guess they are because you become poor when you...
I mean, they're not for... You don't want to start them when you're poor because you get even more poor.
If you have a lot of useless cardboard, too.
Yeah.
They call Magic cardboard crack, so...
And then let's go to
since we're 2 of the big 3, right?
Yeah, let's go with...
I guess Dragon Ball isn't part of it.
Yeah.
Let's continue the big 3.
Yeah, let's go with... in fact, we're going to save the most obvious for last.
All right.
We're going with Pokemon. Yeah. Because I remember playing it, and I think we played it completely wrong. And for the most part, I think we did for card collecting.
Yeah, I think that's how everyone was, especially, I mean, that's maybe our age anyway.
Yeah.
Like, when it first came to the States, I think we were in, 5th grade. It was either into 5th grade or beginning of 6th grade.
Something like that. It was...
When the card game came out. And you could not find them anywhere when it first came out.
And you know what I'm really pissed about? I had a first edition Charizard.
Ooh.
And those things are hell of expensive now.
Yeah, they are.
And I don't know where it went.
Yeah, like Charizard. Still to this day, Charizard's one of the most
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I had one.
But yeah, for the most part, I just collected rather than play.
Yeah, we tried, but we didn't get that well.
I actually traded more with a game I never played than any game I do play. You know?
Yeah, I know.
I don't really trade in Magic too much. I mean, occasionally, but I don't trade in the other game we'll talk about in a second too much. But Pokemon, all I did was trade.
That's all Pokemon was.
I never played the game.
And then you try to get sometimes you try to get 2 rares for 1 rare.
Yeah.
And then now thinking about it, all those lies that some people did.
Yeah, I remember.
Free cards.
I felt bad because this one guy, I still remember his name, Jonathan Alley. Do you remember him?
Oh, I remember him.
Elementary school. He was a big fan of Poliwrath or whatever. And I had one, and he's like, if you give me your Poliwrath, I'll give you my Mewtwo and my Venusaur. And I'm like, okay. I feel bad because it's a bad trade, but I guess he was happy. He wanted Poliwrath.
I mean, at this point, it's not worth much.
Right.
But, I mean, as a kid, as long as it makes you happy.
Yeah, I mean, none of us played. I mean, I'll just trade.
We just
think of basketball cards.
Yeah, I mean, it was our basketball cards of our generation.
Yeah, I mean, I also collected basketball cards back then, but
yeah, but that's not... but...
Yeah, so I mean, we mostly traded, didn't really play. We did try.
We tried, and we didn't understand the rules correctly. I think we played it incorrectly.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like we did a lot of games back when we were younger.
Yeah, you know how I learned to play the game?
The Game Boy color game.
Oh my god!
That's how I think we both learned.
I played that game nonstop when it came out
because we're like, oh my, I did too because I was like, what? We've been playing it wrong the entire... It's fun.
It's a card game, but it's a story because you go to gyms and, oh my god. Yeah. But it taught you how to play. The card game itself, I'll be honest, I'm currently kind of playing it.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, it's not a bad game.
Because, for those of you who don't know, Pokemon Online, Pokemon TCG Online is amazing because if you buy a pack of cards, it comes with a code. You enter that code in, you get a pack of cards on the online game.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that a lot.
So you never get punished for you don't have to split your money between the two because it sends you get a code for the online version. Yeah,
that's cool.
So yeah, I like that. So yeah, it's a very simplistic game. I won't lie.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think that's the beauty of that game in a sense. Yeah, that it's simplistic and fun. Like,
I mean, all you do is you add energy onto a Pokemon and attack.
Yeah, and like I said, as a kid, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, it's as simple as the Pokemon games themselves, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's also what's the good part about Pokemon. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I still play Pokemon and Mega Man.
I know, I kind of stopped, but
I mean,
I think because the last one turned me off, the Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon was the last. I didn't get the remake of Sun and Moon, but yeah,
the original, like it like no matter what 3DS you had, it loaded slowly.
Yeah,
we'll save that for another episode. We'll see. In fact, we'll make a Pokemon episode too.
Yeah, we have to. Right?
We have to, right?
Yeah, so Pokemon TCG, for most part for us, we didn't really...
It was more like a trading game.
More like a trading card. I mean, the foil was great. The art was very good. And it was iconic.
It made you feel happy just to get a Pokemon that you want.
Yeah, I mean, so... definitely more of a trading game. Have more emphasis on trading than game itself. Yeah,
I think which was the great part about the game.
Yeah, I mean, I still love it. I remember I got so excited when I first got the cards. I found them in I can't remember what it's called, like Dark Star Comics or something like that.
By Daniel's old restaurant.
Yeah,
that was Dark Star Comics. Mine was at a Myers.
I found them. They only had singles, but I mean, you couldn't even find singles anywhere when they first came out.
Oh yeah,
and I just got like a bunch of Weedle and like Caterpie and like a lot of just basic Pokemon, and I got so excited I ran all the way down to our friend Andy's house. I ran all the way down to the cards, like couldn't wait to show him that I found some.
Yeah. So I remember getting a few cards, but I don't remember getting too many.
Yeah, I mean, then, so yeah, Pokemon still around, one of the big three. So,
and I didn't know that it was still like that big.
Yeah, still pretty big. I'd say it's big three.
Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense in my head, like seeing like back then when we went to Myers and saw some cards.
Yeah,
and they're still giving Pokemon out, and there's like these Pokemon champion packs.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon's still going pretty strong. I mean, I'd say it's in third place of the big three.
I can see that.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know. Depends on who you talk to about this, because the next one we're going to talk about is
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's the one that, like, I think really got us into card games.
Yeah, that really... First. Mainly because it had an anime about a card game, right?
I mean, we definitely played it wrong when we first played.
Oh yeah, everyone did until Battle City came out.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. They're actually the rules are different. The stars mean something.
Oh my god, the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh was ridiculous. Are you kidding me? I summon Rock Giant. Now he's going to attack the moon. Wait, what? Because you have fish in the water, they all drown in the water. What? Doesn't make sense. The water's gone. How's this possible?
What?
Or how about I use Launch a Turtle to launch my guy into the moon? It's always into the moon. There's like another one, like a horror guy. He used like pumpkins or whatever. He had the full moon. He launched into the moon again.
Or to the castle, that's right.
Or to the castle. The game was ridiculous the first season. So we played like that.
Yeah, at first, right? And then Battle City came out, like, wait a minute.
If I'm going to get fucking Rock Giant, he better fucking believe he's going to attack the moon.
If we ever get back to playing Yu-Gi-Oh, we need to now make that an actual rule.
Yeah.
Attacking the moon.
Yeah, when it first came out, it mainly just came out with the 2-star decks.
Yeah, and like...
I don't know if they came with packs. I think the 2-star decks were out months before the packs.
I think before yeah. And I remember, like, back then, if you had the Blue-Eyed White Dragon, there was nothing you could do.
Because we played, again, by anime rules.
And I mean, even then, we understood the power level, right?
Yeah.
And there was nothing that could beat the Blue-Eyed White Dragon.
Yeah, sacrificing's for chumps.
Yeah.
Season 1 was out still. We hadn't seen Season 2, which is Battle City, where they play by the actual rules.
Somewhat, yeah.
For our beginning year, the first probably know, about a whole year, about 6 months or so of the game, we mainly played by anime rules, which is you can summon a black magician without doing anything, as long as it's in your hand.
Yeah, and then when we actually finally played by the rules, I got gypped out of everyone because you and Aaron took the cards first. And trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but later you guys changed.
Yeah.
Because at first we didn't know, we found that new rules we wouldn't come the strongest of us.
Yeah.
And then later you started playing with more of Dark Magician.
Yeah, my deck is later my deck was magician themed.
Magician themed, yeah. I don't remember what my deck was.
Well, this is in college years, but you did play a Cyber Dragon deck.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about younger for this case.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think mine was whatever I could get my hands on.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not gonna lie,
because I know I had 2 decks. I played, I had 3. I kind of evolved. Remember, I played when the Elemental Heroes came out.
Oh yeah.
But that was senior year of high school.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about early years.
Yeah, early years.
It was kind of bad.
Yeah, early years. I don't know if I even played theme based.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was see which one has to be the strongest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The early years, right? But then later on, we definitely played by theme.
Around high school, about 2 years later.
High school, I think I started a Cyber Dragon deck and didn't actually complete it, and then I completed it later.
Because high school, I did my more magician themed, but I also had a warrior dragon deck, and then I had.
Oh, that's right. I had a warrior deck too.
I had finally Elemental Heroes, which is like a superhero deck. Because I'm big into superheroes. So
I think that's where I started getting into Cyber Dragon too.
Yeah, you did.
But I didn't actually have a good grasp on it yet.
Right, yeah.
Once getting younger.
So Yu-Gi-Oh! It was a fun game.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was, like I said, it really got us into card games. The rules were simpler.
Yeah, the Magic. I think that's what killed Magic originally.
Plus, it had an anime, which kind of helps sell. The anime is like a walking commercial, right? I mean, you watch.
It really is. Let's not lie.
Like when I saw Jinzo for the first time on the anime, I could not wait to get a Jinzo myself.
Oh yeah, I remember that, and oh boy, that was hard to deal with back then because back then one sacrifice 2,400.
Yeah,
that was hard to beat. I mean, summon Skull. But
2,400 plus traps don't work.
Yeah,
and while it's on the field, you can't activate trap cards.
Yeah, I know. Back then, that was how do you beat this with one summon?
Because trap cards were basically the answer to powerful summons.
And then back in our old days, one summon 2,400 was a very strong card. I mean, sure, there was summon Skull.
Yeah.
But there's not much that could beat that.
My only issue with Yu-Gi-Oh! The game, and even back then it was what's the freaking point of defense points?
Yeah, even now, especially nowadays.
I mean, there's a couple cards where it does pierce damage, but still, what's the point of putting a card in defense if it has 100 versus 3,000 for them, or 100 versus, let's say, 2,000?
I guess there was the Wall of Illusion that had 3,000 defense.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, that cost 2 summons, I believe.
I thought it was 1 summon.
Maybe it was 1.
But it's been a while, and it had 0 attack.
Yeah, but still, what's the point? Because when you play in defense, nothing happens. Your opponent can't take damage if it's not strong enough. So
yeah. I guess it was an afterthought.
Yeah, so when you had a card like Summon Skull, was that 2,400 or 2,500?
I thought it was 20. This is from memory. So I think it was 25 because I remember being really strong for
its attack was 25. I think its defense was 1,200. And the reason why that was 1 summon, you took 1 sacrifice instead of 2. Dark Magician was because Dark Magician had 2,500 attack and 2,100 defense. But what's the point? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think there was an afterthought, and I guess
in Magic it obviously makes sense, right? In Magic you want to hide defense.
I guess at that point it's just so that your opponent just can't just pierce through if they have a weak monster. But
I guess,
but the game has evolved so much that everything. But
at the same time, if it had a 1,000 attack and you had a creature that's 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense, just put an attack.
Yeah, I know, but I don't understand the defense mode because you don't take damage. Remember?
Right, I understand the mode, but what's the point of having any defensive numbers in the first place?
I guess so that some of the stronger monsters don't get killed by the weaker monsters.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
it's a weak spot.
At this point, this is me just coming with an excuse. I'm not going to lie.
So that's my one, and even back then, that's my one excuse. I didn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I hear Yu-Gi-Oh! Today is, we talked about how you need a standard kind of, where the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't have that type of thing. They have a ban list, that's it.
And it's gone to power creep if you actually want to play.
I hear it's like turn one, like a lot of turn one decks.
Oh no, so
one turn.
So I hear now, like I hear that like until they patch it with the ban list, it's turn one, and then after that it becomes kind of normalized.
Yeah, so it's
I feel like when a new deck comes out, you just gotta find that. Turn
I hear
one
it's
deck.
like super, like basically it's almost like you turn one, you look for the card to help you win, and then turn 2 or 3 you win now because like it's all about like searching for that one card you need.
Yeah, that's what it is. Really, I mean, now the game's gone to combo deck instead of aggro.
Yeah. I mean,
and then like I did look at the new Yu-Gi-Oh lately, and then now they added like a new zone.
Yeah, something to do with like tempo or some time, like
no, that's called pendulum. No.
Yeah.
So they added that, right? But then they changed it so that any deck that you summon from your extra deck, like your pendulum, your synchro, and all that, has to go to the extra summon zone, and there is 2 total for both players. So one player can take up both of them.
I don't like that.
So you have to fight for it.
I don't like that. I don't like how I wish it was separate, like maybe 1 or 2 per side, because what happens is it's basically a race to be the first player to control both.
I mean, but there are ways to now destroy extra summon easily too.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they're limiting how many extra summons you can have.
I do like that. Yeah,
because that's what the game evolved into essentially.
Let's not lie, yeah.
So I like that, how they've kind of limited it, like 2 on the field at the same time. But I don't know how I feel that one person control both spots.
I think something like that.
Because all it does is it becomes a race to see who can summon their guy first. I mean, yeah, there's ways to destroy him, but really...
Yeah, I mean, like, that's how the game's evolved.
Oh, at least it's a step in the right direction, because a couple years ago when I looked at it, it was a mess.
Like, you're like, oh, look, I have this combo. Good luck blocking.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have Mirror Force. Oh no, I can stop Mirror Force. Fuck.
Yeah. and like I heard like when they added what was the game? Pendulum cards, that's when they got really broken, I hear.
And then when they added Link Summoning, apparently that got even more broken.
Yeah. So.
I think because of that 2 summon, that's why Link Summoning.
The last I followed it was Synchro.
Yeah. It got really bad after that. Like, because, like, I looked this up again. Yeah. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I liked Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Seven Samurais.
Oh, that was fun.
That was a fun deck.
Seven Samurais.
That's kind of old schoolish, right?
Oh, yeah. Now I remember, like, some of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. The Donnie Destiny Heroes after a while.
Oh, yeah. D-Heroes. Yeah.
I used...
Oh man!
What was it, like Turbo Dude? What the deck was called that I used?
Yeah, man. Yu-Gi-Oh was fun. It was
fun. Yeah, like I said, like now thinking about it, like I kind of wish I got more into Magic.
Yeah,
but that was
Yeah, I mean Yu-Gi-Oh still was fun. I mean it's actually kind of resurging, and I would say it's the number 2 of the big 3.
Yeah, I would say that too.
So, I mean, it's kind of having the same resurgence because there's a new Yu-Gi-Oh card game online, which what's it called?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Duel Links or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So, I mean, there's this new Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. It's big on the phone and on computers and all that. So, it's kind of getting a resurgence, but...
yeah.
I mean, Magic kind of dominates. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is number 3 because younger people might play Pokemon over Yu-Gi-Oh! Now.
Yeah, but I don't see as many Pokemon tournaments. I do see Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic like everywhere.
That's true. Well, I'll tell you what's been everywhere. And this will be more for the next episode or next time we talk about this. Vanguard.
Oh, yeah.
Card Fight or whatever. It came out about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe longer.
Made by the same creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, that's like everywhere. Like if you go to, there's a place near us that that's all they hold. Like the main tournaments they hold is that one.
Oh, I see.
So that's what I'm saying. That might be, I don't know if it's still holding popularity, but like a couple years ago, I would say that would have been like number 3 or 2.
Yeah, I can
it was creeping its way to the big 3.
And then there is one other card game that...
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely gone.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'll talk about it in a second because it was revived for a hot minute about 4 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
But if you don't know what the game is, it's Duel Masters.
Yeah, Duel Masters... was
I don't remember too much about it.
Blatant attempt to steal the Yu-Gi-Oh crowd because it came out like about 2 years, maybe 3 years after Yu-Gi-Oh did, and it was trying to
try to edge its way in.
It was an anime card game as well,
but it actually followed the rules at the start.
Yeah, Yeah, for the most part, I mean, it was there was no. I don't remember. I don't think there's any defense. I think it's like you compare the two attacks and then the winner.
There's ways to make even more.
But
attacks.
there's a couple things that are more modern. Like it had shields. Like you know how Pokemon has prize cards. They had shields.
Yeah.
So if you deal damage to your opponent, you break a shield and you draw that shield card. And when you ran out of shield cards, you lost.
But the shield card also kind of was kind of random. So your key card might be in the shield card then.
Yeah, but I mean Pokemon kind of does that too.
Yeah, that's true.
And so does the new Dragon Ball Super game. So
yeah, but at the same time, like the more damage you took, the more advantage you technically had for a bit.
Technically, yes, which is different than Pokemon, because Pokemon you only draw your prize thing when you kill an opponent, not when you're killed. So it kind of gave an advantage. I kind of like that, where if you're like losing, all of a sudden you can get draw a card. That's nice because giving your opponent even more advantage when he's winning.
Like in Pokemon, yeah, that's bad.
It's not good, because that's the thing about card. And if you know anything about card games, card advantage or how many cards you have in your hand is the most important thing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The only important life point is that last one.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like the art. It's reminiscent. Duel Masters. The art's definitely reminiscent of
like this Western.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at the card now. We're looking at Bullshock. Oh my god, I think he was like one of the Bullshock Dragon. I think was like the main character's main.
Yeah,
I think trump card.
Yeah, I think that was his main card.
So like it says, like, you know, it's pretty standard. You know, you have to have energy. You summon creatures with energy. Every turn, remember, I think you can put a card face down to use it as energy from your hand.
Yeah, I think so. So any card can. Oh, that's right. Some cards, if you look right here, there's an energy at the bottom. So some cards can be used as energy or as a card.
Right, that's how you get energy. Yeah.
I remember this now. Yeah.
So it was interesting. I'm surprised. I mean, I think if it came out before Yu-Gi-Oh, we'd all be playing. Duel Masters would be the number 2 of the big 3.
I think so. I honestly think so. Like, it has some good ideas. It definitely has some bad ideas.
It's more streamlined than Yu-Gi-Oh! In a good way. It's more streamlined.
They didn't have defense points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they got. Like, we're looking here. There's only one number because again, what's the point of defense if the defense number's stupid?
Right, and then the power, like if you overpower a creature, it doesn't like critically cripple the opponent like Yu-Gi-Oh does.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you get a 6 life total.
Yeah,
and most of the time, most monsters only deal 1 damage.
Right, unless it's a special ability, which it says like the Bullshock Dragon had double attack, which deals 2
double
damage.
Breaker. Yeah.
So I mean, I like it. Well, obviously, this is why it surprises me. This game kind of died out. Vanguard is very similar to Duel Masters in gameplay style.
Yeah,
and it uses shields just like that, and it uses a lot of Duel Masters.
Yeah,
and it's one of the popular card games. So that's why it surprises me, the Duel Masters.
I think that they took all the bad parts of Duel Masters and finally put it together correctly. Because I mean, let's not lie, there was a lot of problems with Duel Masters.
Oh, definitely.
And I think that had to do because they just had to rush the game out too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to play Vanguard, but like, I'm surprised you're not into it because it's like super anime. Like,
yeah, I'm not. I don't care for that.
Like it's like anime, like Fate Night Stay or whatever.
The joke is everyone thinks I'm like a super weeb. I'm just like a normal weeb.
Well, I mean, the game looks kind of cool. I kind of like how it looks, but no one plays it, and that's the thing about card games. If you play a card game that no one plays, what's the point?
Yeah, it's hard to find people.
I mean, I can find people at tournaments, but no, those people.
Like, the problem is, like, when you get to tournament level, there's like this tournament corruption that
they don't play for fun.
I'm not gonna lie to you, which I got corrupted by.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's no fun. They don't want to.
Ultimately, you play a game to have fun.
It's their definition of fun, but like, all you do is just run around, power creeping, hoping for. Yeah.
But I would like to play Vanguard one day.
You know what? We need to get a webcam and start playing that.
Which brings us to the point. We are going to. We're going to start. We've been talking about getting a webcam of some sort.
Yeah.
For like Friday night streams. Maybe I don't know if it's going to be possible this week, but maybe sometime soon if we can get a webcam up and going, streaming us playing a card game or something a little different.
Yeah, something a little different.
Maybe I can teach Eugene to play a new card game. I have so many cards that I have no one to play with, so I'll force him.
That's half the episode. I mean, Grand Order.
Yeah.
Though that was mostly, like I said before.
That was a terrible game.
I know. I'm not going to lie to you.
So, yeah, I mean, I think in the future we should definitely do like a card game stream, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Though we should probably have a test just to make sure it looked okay.
Definitely, yeah, because obviously with the camera at an angle.
You need to have it at an angle. You probably need a space.
Maybe we can get Choi Boy over to, or maybe I should shoutcast, since I know the card game. You need someone to shoutcast so people will know what's going on, you know?
Oh, yeah, or yeah.
I guess you can just verbalize what you're doing.
I now play Dark Magician in attack mode using sacrifice.
And that would be a good fun Friday night stream. So we can figure that out. We should just play a couple different card games that night and like
card game. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
So I mean, not just one, like several, like Dragon Ball Super, maybe a Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic maybe, and then something
bring back some of our old decks. Yeah, if we could find it.
So that sounds like a fun thing we could do.
I want to find my high school deck and want to play that again. I'm not gonna lie,
because I know Eugene is kind of sworn off trading card games.
Yeah, I have. It's kind of the money reason, though.
We'll see. I haven't.
I only swore because I have no money for it.
I don't have money. You think I'm rich?
No, but
I have no money to spare, and
to be honest, right?
Somehow I do it.
The money that could have gone to the card games, I went to my computer every time.
You and your computer.
I know.
It's the reason why we can't play No Man's Sky, because you refuse to get a console.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to.
Yeah, he needs to get a thing. Anyway, so we're actually around time.
We're actually at the right time we need to be.
Heyo. So yeah, if again follow us at canon_incorrect. On Twitter, I do try to tweet every day. We do Friday night streams.
Yep.
So this Friday we'll be streaming. I doubt it'll be the card games, but
we'll be streaming something.
So follow us for that. Next week's episode's looking like AARPGs.
You know what? You'll be streaming us playing AARPGs.
Maybe, yeah.
Because we got to try them out anyway.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more. I'll twat out.
You don't know what games we'll be playing, but we'll be playing.
We'll be playing something. So anyway, catch us next time. This is